Hey guys, welcome back to the Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be advancing on the physics door that we made previously. So I made it a couple weeks ago now, I think, probably about a week or something. But I'm just going to be doing a part 2 now on actually closing the door. So a lot of people have asked how to make the door close by itself. So I'll show you what we have at the moment. So if you walk into the door, you can open it like that by walking into it, but then it will stay there. To close it, you have to do it manually by walking into it again. So what people are asking for is how to have it open and then just close automatically, like it started to there, but obviously fully do it. That was just because of the physics. So I'll be showing you how to do this now, and this is what it's going to look like at the end. So once we've actually finished this, we're going to open the door, and it's just going to automatically close by itself like that. So obviously you can tell this is a lot better, and you can change the speed. It doesn't have to be that fast. You can change how fast it does it itself. So I'll show you how to do this now. So the first step we want to do is we want to open up our physics door BP here, which I have. And you can see this is what we have in the viewport. What we want to do is we want to add another component, so add component, we want to get a box collision like so. We're just going to scale this up to be however big you want. This is essentially when the player leaves this area, the door will close. So you can make this as big or as small as you want, but I'm going to have it here, so it's literally just as the player just leaves the area where the door is open, it's going to start closing. So we compile and save that like so. And then we're going to go straight over to the event graph like this. In here, we're going to right click on our box collision in the top left here, add event, and add on component end overlap. So when we walk out of that box collision, out of the other actor, we're going to cast to our character. So for me, that's the third person character. And the reason we're doing this is so that it registers this end overlap for our player character. So when our player leaves the box collision, it will fire off. After this, we want to create a variable. So I'm going to hit the plus variable here, and I'm going to call this open angle like that. I'm going to change this to be a float up here. Compile and save. And we're going to leave the default value of 0, as what we're going to do instead is we're going to set that there, so set. And then to get this, what we're going to do is we're going to get a reference to our door static mesh from up the top left there. And out of this, we're going to get relative rotation, right click the return value, split structure pin, and the Z of that will go into the open angle there. And the reason we're doing this is because if you go in the viewport, you can see that if we rotate the door on the Z, obviously that is it moving on that one there, on that axis. And so we're setting it here because we want to get the current open angle of this. So when we leave, obviously the open angle will be different each time. The player might not open it to the exact same position each time, meaning if we have this as a static variable, it will kind of glitch out, so it will snap to that open position, then start closing. We just want it to close from its current position. And the reason we're setting it as a variable as well, instead of just putting it straight into the timeline we're going to make later, is because obviously this will be changing. So we want to just have it as this variable here. And then every time you do this separately, it will update. So once you've got that, out of this, what we're going to do is add a timeline. Also, if that doesn't make too much sense, it will later on when we finish off the code, and I'll explain it again. The name of this timeline, I'm going to just give as close door, like so, and we're going to make this go into play from start, not play. We'll double click this to open it up. I'm going to change the length to be 3 seconds. You can set this to be whatever you like. This is just how long it's going to take for your door to close. So like I say, for me, I want this to be 3 seconds. And we're going to add a float track here, and I'm just going to name this door track like so. I'll add a keyframe, so right click on the graph, add key to curve float, time of 0, value of also 0, right click, add another keyframe, time of 3, or just however long your timeline is, and a value of 1, so it's at the very end of the timeline and it's finished. I'm just going to zoom to fit vertical and horizontal there so I can see it. So this is our timeline. And we just close that timeline there, as that's what we need to do inside of it. Now you can see we have this door track here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of that. I'm going to get a lerp, just a normal lerp, so lerp float. The door track going into alpha, not the A, as this is getting the position between A and B. A is going to be our open angle here, so we can just drag and drop that in like so. And B, I'm going to leave as 0. B you want to be the closed angle, so for me that's just 0. It probably is for you as well. So as you can see, this is how I want it to be closed. The rotation is just 0. So set that to what you want it to be, but for me, like I say, it's just 0. And then again here, this is why we're using the variable, because if we just plug that straight into there, what's going to happen is it's going to get this every single time. So when it's moving, that will change, and obviously we don't want that to happen, because basically all that means is that this timeline will finish in like very quick. It'll be like 0.5 seconds or something, no matter how long you make it. So obviously we don't want that. So after this, what we're going to do is we're going to get another reference to our door, so drag and drop a reference to the door in there, come out of this, and we're going to set relative rotation like that, plugging that into the update. So every single time this timeline updates, so while it's playing, we're going to right click the new rotation, split structure pin, and then we're going to put the return value of the lerp into the Z of the set relative rotation there. As again, like I said, we only want to be rotating it on the Z axis like so. And now we'll compile and save. This should be the code done. So it's a very quick addition that we're making. Just a lot of people didn't know how to do it, so I'm showing you how. And this is it. It's very simple. As soon as we leave the box collision, it's going to get the angle of the door which is open, and then just go from the open to the closed position, like so, in the set amount of time that we choose. So if we minimize, hit play to test this, we can see this working. So if I walk into the door, it's going to open, and then it will just close automatically, like so. And you can see it's kind of stuttering about, it's jittering a bit. I believe that is just because of this door I have here. I haven't modeled it perfectly, so the doorway, sorry. I think it's just glitching into it because I haven't fit it perfectly on. So you see it looks a lot better now, yeah. So I've just got a very quick doorway in there. It wasn't perfect, so as you can see, it's a lot smoother now. So you probably won't have that issue if you made this fit perfectly on. So that works perfectly. As you can see, we can open up our door by walking into it, and it will just close automatically like so. So I think that'll be it for this video, is we've done everything we wanted to do. We've just added on a little addition to our door here, so we can push it open like so, and it will close automatically like that, and that works perfectly. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.